Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Abdullah Patel English High School and DRT Junior College. Starting by our subject history, as we have completed by our chapter number 5, part 1 of the video. Today we are going to start by the part 2 of the video of the chapter number 5, that is in India we have seen social and religious reforms, how it has started. Okay, so without wasting our time, let's start by our two topic, the last topic for the chapter, and hence we will complete by our chapter. And in my next video, inshallah, I'm going to give you the answers of the exercise of the textbook. Now, as we have seen the religious reform movement, now we are going to see in this video contribution of social reformers and contribution of the rulers of princely state in India. Okay, so let's start by the reformers. So the very first one is Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. I hope the photo is visible to you people. If you are having textbook, you can see in that also. So Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was born in the year 1817 at Delhi. Okay, he was very fluent in Urdu, Persian, Arabic and English. These were the three languages in which he was very fluent. Fluency was there in his language. Very clearly he can speak. Apart from this, he has edited a book. Okay, and the book name was Ain-e-Akbari. It was about the Emperor Akbar's administration. Administration, I hope you know what is administration. Okay, so on that administration system, how the work is going on in the administration, how Akbar is doing his administration, the book focus on that. Written by Abul Fazl, he established Scientific Society for Muslims. Now that book was written by Abul Fazl. Okay, he has edited that book, but the book was written by Abul Fazl. Then he established Scientific Society for Muslims. For the betterment of Muslim people, he established Scientific Society. Members of the society were scholars of history, science and political economy. Whoever the members were there, the participants were there, they were scholars of history, science and political economy. Then in the year 1869, he went to England, and when he returned from England, at the time he founded Mohan Madan Anglo-Oriented College in the year 1875. Later, the biggest university was developed by him, which is very famous by the name Aligarh Muslim University. I hope you people have listened this university name. Okay, he started a periodical entitled Mohammedan Social Reformer. He worked for the propagation of modern education, science and technology. Okay, so here we have completed by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. This was the work of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Now moving further to our next social reformer is Tarabai Shinde. Now here this lady, she was born in the year 1839. She has written many of the essays which has comparison work based on the situation of women and men. In this essay, she wrote about women's rights, what are the rights, what the women have to perform, what can women can do, how much limits are there for the women. Okay, this thing was mentioned in the book. She expressed her thought in a very different manner. A very different view has been given in the thought of she has given or she has expressed in the book. She did not just stop at discussing about reforms like widow remarriage, whatever the problem, social problems were there. Okay, evil practices were going on. So she not only stopped at discussing about these reforms like widow remarriage, women's education, abolition of sati, but she also proceeded to demand gender equality. What about the gender equality about men and women? What about that equality? So considering the time frame of her essay, it was indeed a very brave step that she has taken. She was the first Indian woman to challenge the patriarchal system. She opined that religious systems suppress women because religion are created by men. This was the main reason that the women are suppressing, because the religious are being made by men. So they have not kept the position of women at a highest level. Mahatma Phule justifies her thought by giving resolute answer to her critics. Whatever she kept the critics, whatever the negative points or whatever the things she opposed, so that thing was answered by Mahatma Jyotirao Phule. Okay. Here we have ended by the work of Tarabai Shinde. Now moving further to the next reformer, that is Maharshi Vitthal Ramji Shinde. Now dear friend, he has opened Marathi school and school for technical training where at Parel, Devnar and Mumbai. Okay, under the umbrella of depressed classes mission, means under the hands of depressed classes mission that was established by him. He worked to create public awareness about the issue affecting the depressed class, like entry in temples, for example, protestation for the right of entry in the Parvati temple in Pune. He has given the example about it. Agriculture conference and joint electoral system of depressed classes. Okay, so these were the highlights of Maharshi Vitthal Ramji Shinde, works of Maharshi Vitthal Ramji Shinde. Now moving further to the next hero, again he is also a very important person in our progress, for the progress of our country. He is also called as father of our constitution, as he has written our Indian constitution. I hope you have listened his name. He is Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. Okay. Now Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar has determined to work for creating a society based on the principle of equality, freedom and fraternity. This was his main principle, that is society should be based on these values. Hence he began a movement for fighting the caste system and bringing equality. We just want equality in the system. For this reason, he gave a message from the platform of Bahishkrit Hitkarni Sabha. Now, this was established by himself, Bahishkrit Hitkarni Sabha. Over there, he has stated a message that you should, means the people should educate yourself, means the people should educate themselves, people should get united and then fight. When you are educated and you are united, and when after this two things you are fighting, so whatever for whatever the reason you are fighting, that will be solved. Okay, so the very first thing that you should be educate, then you have to be united and then fight. Educate yourself, get united and fight. This was the motive of the Bahishkrit Hitkarni Sabha. Okay, hence this movement led to the Satyagraha of Chowdar 10 at Mahad. He asserted that the public water bodies should be open to all, not only to the higher classes, upper classes, but to each and everyone, to the Shudras, to the untouchable, each and everyone. He burned Manusamriti. Manusamriti is the book that was the source of social inequality, means it is anti-Shudras. The book which is anti-Shudras, okay, that was highlighting the inequality of India. In 1930, he launched a satyagraha to open the Kalaram temple. After this Chowdar 10, what happened? The second incident was about the Kalaram temple over there in Nasik, where only the higher caste people were allowed. Untouchables or the Shudras were not allowed in this temple. So this problem was also solved by him in the year 1930. Karmavir Dada Saheb Gaikwad headed this satyagraha. Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar knew the importance of print media. For him, it was the best instrument for creating the public awareness and to build a movement for social equality. Now, creating a social equality suddenly cannot be done. Okay, equality cannot be done in a place where there is inequality. So, we cannot change the thoughts of the people suddenly in a minute. Like, right? So he has a best instrument, that was the importance of print media. He began to publish his own newspapers, namely Muknayak, Bahishkrit Bharat, Janata and Samata. He formed Independent Labour Party for the good future of the working class. Later, he formed Scheduled Caste Federation to continue the work of shaping a society based on equality. This was the main federation that he has started, that the scheduled caste people, the Shudra people, the untouchable can have a better future. Okay, for shaping their future, for creating a good society based on equality. This was the movement that he has started. In the year 1956, along with his numerous followers, he got initiated to Buddhism. Okay, means he has converted himself to Buddhism. Among his contribution, the most important is the drafting of the Constitution of India. As I've already in starting only, I have said you that he is the very famous personality, that he has started he has written Constitution of India. He is also known as father of our Indian Constitution. Now, starting by the next social reformer, that is next social reformer is Ramaswamy Naicker. He born in Erode, a city in Tamil Nadu, means he belongs to Tamil Nadu, in the year 1879. He began his work in the year 1920 as a member of the Congress. He became a follower of Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy, means he was inspired by the work of Mahatma Gandhi, and worked for the propagating the use of Swadeshi and for the right of temple entry to all. He participated in the Vycom Satyagraha in Travancore against untouchability. He started Swabhiman Andolan in Tamil Nadu, as he hailed from Tamil Nadu. So all the work he has done for the people belonging to Tamil Nadu. He fought against the Varna system. Varna system, I hope you remember Varna system. I have already explained to you people Varna system, Varna Ashram. Okay, and child marriage. People began to address him as Periyar, that is great soul, because of his magnanimous work. He was a great speaker and author, means whenever he spoke in front of the people, he inspired each and everyone, he attract every person. He took a radical position on the issues like women's right and family planning. This was the major issue in his speech. Whenever he spoke about in this thing. Now, moving further to our next social reformer is the lady, that is Kamala Devi Chattopadhyay. Now, what she has done, she was an active volunteer of the Congress. She convinced Mahatma Gandhi to let women participate in salt satyagraha. When Mahatma Gandhi had started salt satyagraha, remember? I hope you have studied about salt satyagraha. When he started salt satyagraha, she was a person who has taken the initiative that women should also participate in this salt satyagraha, because salt is also the essential part of kitchen, right? So women should also participate in this satyagraha. So that was this initiative was taken by the Kamala Devi. Okay. She worked for women's rights throughout her life. She organized demonstrations to draw attention to the problem of workers and farmers also. She emphasized on justice to female agricultural laborers. Means major work, whatever she has done, the main motive of her was the upliftment of women. Means women should have progress in their life. Okay, so another work was that she got the justice to female agricultural laborers. Means the lady who are working in agriculture. Okay, the lady who are the laborers in agriculture activities. Similarly, she also insisted that women working in factories should have necessary facilities. Means all the facilities should be provided to the lady who are working in factories. She consistently followed up the issue of maternity leave to women. Now, apart from the all other facilities, all other rights, now the main thing she kept in front was about the maternity. Maternity, I hope you understand the term maternity. Means when a lady has the delivery of a baby. So afterwards, 2 to 3 months are very crucial. Okay, and the baby should be there with mother. So at that time, whoever the working lady is there, she should get the leave. So that term of period is called as maternity leave. That holiday is called as maternity leave. So that is very essential part for women. So she should get maternity leave. So this was also kept in front of the people who were giving jobs to ladies. Okay, so this issue was kept by Kamala Devi. She was imprisoned for 1 year by the British for participating in the Quit India movement. Now, for his activity, social activities for the betterment of the society, whatever she has done. She has also participated in Quit India movement. Hence, she was imprisoned for 1 year by the British government. At the time, there was British government. Okay, so for 1 year, has also imprisoned for the whatever the activity she has done. Okay, now what she has done, that she has taken participation in Quit India movement. So here we have completed by our 5.4, that is contribution of social reformer. Now we are going to start by our next topic, that is the last topic, 5.5, that is contribution of the rulers of princely state in India. So the very first one is Maharaja Sayajirao Gaikwad. Now Maharaja Sayajirao of Baroda state. Now we are studying about Maharaja Sayajirao of Baroda state. Baroda, where it comes? Yes, it is in Gujarat. Okay. I hope the photo is clear to you. It is visible to you people. Okay. Now he has adopted progressive policy. He made provision of free schooling and free hostels for the students from the untouchable, as they belongs to the royal family. So they have given their own amount and they made the schooling free, living places, that is the hostel for the students free, from the untouchable tribal class, each and everyone. He also encouraged women's education and also opened a center for physical training of women. Means according to him, physical training of women is also very important. So he has opened a center for physical training of women also. He started various social programs such as community feast for all caste, Chaha Bhojan, that is Gram Panchayat in every village. Literate Gram Panchayat members, means the member who are there in Gram Panchayat, they should be literate, means educated one. Library in every village, that the people should be aware of the books, they should read the books. So that was the reason of making libraries in every village. Compulsory primary education to the people, to the students, to the children. Compulsory physical training for the boys and girls. Ban on child marriage, widow remarriage, etc. were highlighted. He also provided courses based on agro-industry for students from farmer families. He passed a resolution for assuring a share in the ancestral property to married as well as widowed women. Now, apart from all this thing, he has passed a resolution that there should be a share in the ancestral property to a married as well as widowed woman. To the both women, there should be a share of ancestor. From ancestor property is there, so the woman should have the right to have a property from ancestors. Okay, so this was the work done by Sayajirao Gaikwad. Now, the last social reformer we are having Rajashri Shahu Maharaj. I hope you have listened his name. Yes, he is from Maratha dynasty. We have studied about Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, right? Remember? Yes, he belonged to Maratha dynasty. Moving further to Rajashri Shahu Maharaj. Now he was the ruler of the princely state of Kolhapur. Now how he is the princely state of Kolhapur? How he became the ruler of that? So that thing we have not studied. It was like there was a fight between Maharani Tarabai and Shahu Maharaj, and hence Shahu Maharaj shifted to Kolhapur. Okay, and hence he became the ruler of princely state of Kolhapur. Rajashri Shahu Maharaj supported Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar's leadership. Means he was you can say like he was a student. Whatever the Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar has thought, he followed the teaching of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. Okay, and hence he supported Dr. Baba Saheb's leadership while leading the non-Brahminical movement in his state. He made a public declaration of reservation and passed a resolution for free and compulsory primary education. He also very strongly opposed the custom of Roti Bandi, that is the restriction on eating together, Beti Bandi, that is the restriction of intercaste marriage, and Vyavasa Bandi, that is restriction on practicing occupation other than the ancestral occupation of one's caste. Means earlier what happened, if there is a family of doctor, so it was compulsory. It was a compulsion for the baby which has taken birth in a family will become doctor only. He cannot be an engineer, he cannot be a teacher, or he cannot be a scientist. Okay, it is compulsory that he has taken birth in doctor family, so the child should become doctor only. So this thing was abolished by Rajashri Shahu Maharaj. Okay, then the roti bandi, that is the restriction of eating together. There was a restriction that nobody will eat together. So that restriction was also removed by Shahu Maharaj. Beti bandi, that is a person cannot marry in intercaste. Intercaste marriage was not allowed. There was restriction on that. So that restriction was also removed by Shahu Maharaj. These three restrictions were removed by him. He made a law for intercaste marriage. People in his state were permitted to choose any occupation. In his state, especially in his state, people can choose any of the occupation what they like. It was not like if you have born in particular family, so you have to follow that only. No, he has given each and every permission. Whoever like what to do, so they can do. But you have to work. That is main important point, that you have to work. Don't sit idly. You have to work. If you are having interest in other occupation, you can go by that, but you have to work. Okay, so this was the work of Rajshri Shahu Maharaj. This all of these social reformers created a positive picture for the future of our country. Whatever they have done for the future of our country, for the progress of our country. And hence it was necessary to build a society with firm intellectual and rational base for obtaining freedom from the British. That was the main motive of each and everyone. Whoever, maybe the social reformer who has taken education under the modern education policy of the British, or the social reformers of our princely state. Whoever, the main motive was that our country should become freedom should be get from British. This was the main aim of each and every reformers. Okay. So, inshallah, in our next lesson, we are going to learn about the freedom movement of the Indians. What things we have lost, what we have achieved, each and everything we are going to deal in our next chapter, that is chapter number 6. Now, before ending the chapter, I would like to highlight the quick revision of our topic. Our first topic was, that is the 5.4, was contribution of social reformers. So here the first we have seen Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. He born in the year 1817 in Delhi. He established Scientific Society for Muslims. He founded Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College in 1875. He started a periodical Mohammedan social reformer and edited Ain-i Akbari. He propagated modern education, science and technology. Next is Tarabai Shinde. She was born in the year 1839 and advocated reforms like widow remarriage, women's education, abolition of sati and gender equality. She was the first Indian woman to challenge the patriarchal system. Mahatma Phule justified her thought by giving resilient answer to her critics. Next was Maharshi Vittal Ramji Shinde. He opened Marathi schools and schools for technical training. He worked to create public awareness about the issues affecting the depressed classes. Next is Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. He fought against the caste system to bring equality. He gave the message of educate yourself, get united and fight from the platform of Bahishkrit Hitkarni Sabha. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar used print media for his movement and public awareness. He formed Independent Labour Party and Scheduled Caste Federation. In the year 1956, he got initiated to Buddhism, or he converted himself to Buddhism. He drafted the Constitution of India. Next is Ramaswamy Naicker. He born in Erode in 1879 and began his work in 1920 at a Congress member. He propagated Swadeshi, right of temple entry to all, and ridiculed child marriage. People began to address him as Ferrier, that is great soul, because of his magnanimous work. He was a great speaker and author. He took a radical position on the issues like women's fight and family planning. Next, the last social reformer is Kamala Devi Chattopadhyay. Kamala Devi was an active volunteer of Congress who worked for women's rights. She drew attention to the problems of workers and farmers. She was imprisoned for 1 year for participating in the Quit India movement. Here we have completed by our 5.4, that is contribution of social reformers. Now starting by our last topic, that is contribution of the rulers of princely state in India. We have seen two. The very first one was Maharaja Sayajirao Gaikwad from Baroda state, who has adopted progressive policies. He made provision of free schooling and free hostel for untouchable tribal class. He encouraged women's education and opened a center for physical training of women. He started various social programs and provided courses based on agro industries. He passed a resolution for assuring a share in the ancestral property to women. Then the last princely state reformer is Rajshri Shahu Maharaj, belonging to Maratha dynasty. He was a ruler of the princely state of Kolhapur. He supported Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar leadership while leading the non-Brahminical movement in his state. He supported reservation and free and compulsory primary education. He also very strongly opposed the custom of Roti Bandi, Beti Bandi and Vyavasai Bandi. I hope this all the bandis are clear to you people. He made a law for intercaste marriage. People in a state were permitted to choose any of the occupation. The social reformers created a positive picture for the future of our country. The main aim was having a free state, free country, free from the British rule. That was the main motive of our social reformers. Hence, we have completed by our chapter number 5. Inshallah, in our next video, I am going to give you the answers for the exercise of our textbook, which is on page number 39, and then inshallah we are going to start by chapter number 6. So, till then, stay at home, stay safe. Thank you so much for listening.